Now, as I was doing the research to this conversation, I was going through a certain paper that is actually, they call it leaflets, a certain leaflet that harbors all the information about the depot injection that most of you use, the one that it goes for about 3 months. And it was interesting when I was reading through. Everything I was seeing on that paper was literally surprising. Like, I think I've never taken time to go through that leaflet to just see the side effects, to see what it does and all that. And I know most of you have never taken a chance. Ladies, you've never taken a chance to go through that leaflet. You simply go to the hospital and tell them you want that injection that lasts for 3 months. And that's all. So most of you have never taken time or a chance to just read that leaflet. Who wants to take a drug that has more than 100 side effects? Who? Ladies, who? This is the leaflet that was present in the... I had to carry it, my friends. When I was doing that research, I had to carry it. And I realized, and I don't know if most of you have known, that depot injection is actually written on for export only. For export. So my understanding is that if I have to donate something to you, first things first, it has to be legible, or it has to be actually safe for use in our country. So most of the times when we do things and we say they are for export, we don't intend to use them in our countries. So when I was going through it, I saw this one is for export, and I'm like, why is it only for export? Like, how special is it to just be only for export purposes? And that's where my question started. Now I decided to go through it, and I read the possible side effects. I don't know if most of you can see this. Like, literally from here all the way and all the way to this point. Those are side effects. People from TikTok, you cannot see this. It's basically a half page of side effects. There are more than 100. Both the severe and the usual ones that most of you experience. And it's amusing because I don't know where we are headed to, but as a generation, do you imagine right now, one symptom of hormonal imbalance is basically our children getting their menstrual cycles earlier. By the time your daughter is 9 years, she's seeing her first menstrual period. And traditionally, we used to see these periods from around 13, 14, and 16 latest. Okay? But now, these children are having their menstrual cycle at 9 years. They're growing their boobs or their breasts at 8 years. So you start wondering, what is happening? Because what are we doing that is actually doing this to our daughters? And even our relatives, not only about our daughters. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about the hormonal imbalances, both in men and women. We'll base this argument on the females, but we'll touch on the men because of the rising cases of vasectomy, men becoming so weak, and the ejaculation leading them into trouble doing a vasectomy, and all these prostate issues that are coming up as a result of that. We also touch about on the new methods of contraception in men. I don't know if there's any African man who can accept, and I underline the word man, because to call somebody a man, it has to be a process. I don't know if there's any African man who can accept the nonsense of using a contraceptive to control birth. So yes, listen to this. God designed our bodies so perfectly. I will say God because I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. And I am a very staunch believer. So if you're an atheist, we will apologize. But again, I believe most of my followers believe in God. So God designed our bodies so perfectly that it is always trying to find a balance. It is always trying to heal disease. From inside, we call it innate healing. There is always an innate way of the body healing. So from inside, the body is designed to actually help you recover from what you cause yourself. We all know that sticking to strict dietary modifications and being disciplined is not easy. It's very hard. But again, your body is designed to actually help you and cover you up sometimes. And actually most of the times, because by the time, for example, you're being diagnosed of diabetes, you have really taken a lot of time to get there. You have really eaten yourself so well to get to those chronic conditions. And the body has been doing favors and all this and cleaning up. And that organ that does that for you is what we call the liver. We will also realize that the liver plays a very important role here on hormonal balance, because the liver is the one that synthesizes hormones. And actually, the liver has a way of clearing the estrogen, excess estrogen. We will talk about the estrogen so that you know why I'm talking so much about this estrogen. So the body has a way of regaining normalcy on its own, but we need to feed the body with the nutrients that are actually the body will use to fix your problems. The only problem with us is we consume so much unhealthy foods. And these unhealthy foods, the body literally struggles to get in the nutrients and the micronutrients to help you fix issues. If you have arthritis, that is inflammation, it simply means your body is trying to work hard to actually help you to heal this arthritis, this inflammation that you're causing into your system. But unfortunately, you keep on feeding it with the seed oils, you keep on feeding it with the wheat products, the chapati and stuff, and the processed foods. And your body is struggling to find any nutrients in this food to use it to make hormones, to make up your muscles, to start internal healing, and to cleanse up your system generally. But we don't do that. And that's why I always struggle to tell you, when you're starting any healthy journey, you have to fix your gut first. But that aside, so nowadays, we see a lot of men. I'm even ashamed to call them men, but we'll use that word anyway. So I see a lot of men with man boobs, with buttocks and enlarged hips, with very narrow voices, men who are super emotional, and it's becoming so chaotic. On the other side, I see women who, even though they are trying to lose weight, it is impossible. They are telling me that they are eating healthy, maybe 1 meal a day. They're telling me they have been fasting, they are living a good life, and they will tell you about the balanced diet, which is always a scam. So when you hear somebody telling you, me, I eat 1 meal a day and I eat a balanced diet, simply question them. What do you mean by 1 meal a day? Because most of you count the meal that you're sitting on a table with the family as the 1 meal a day. But anything that you put into your mouth, be it a chocolate, be it that cake, be it that those two bananas that you eat, be it that smoky and those eggs. Some of you in the offices, you just seated on, actually in those who sell things in shops, you just seated on the door waiting for that guy to pass, that guy who makes eggs and the sausages to just pass so that you can just pick your 2 sausages. They even know you by name, and I think you're promoting their business, which is just okay. But how about your health? So you wonder, a woman is telling you, or a lady is telling you, I've been struggling to lose weight, but I'm not getting any results. I actually go to a point and then it's stagnated. And then we examine slow but keenly, then we realize you have a hormonal contraceptive. You either have an implant or you have that injection. You even forgot about it because you put that implant there that has to last for 12 years. Ladies, please tell me, why would you put a contraceptive that lasts for 12 years? Why? And this is even weird. Campus ladies, campus girls are doing this. They're putting contraceptives that last for 3 years. Then I'm wondering, what are our daughters doing in school? Are they going there to have sex, or are they going there to study? But I came to realize that most of these ladies who have put those contraceptives, they've been pushed to do that because men nowadays, even before, they still think that ejaculating and getting an orgasm are the same thing. So now, just because you held on to that woman when you're having that ejaculation, in your head you're thinking that that sweet feeling is actually related to the ejaculation. Ejaculation is different. It's actually the end result of an orgasm. But we'll go to that. So what are the some of the... So you realize these ladies are trying to lose weight, but nothing is happening. They have this acne on their faces that is so stubborn. It's not going anywhere, even after you've used all these skin products. And your dermatologist is number 1 on the list of people who will set you up. They will tell you to wash your face, 7 times in the morning. They will tell you to apply this layer and then apply the next layer. And then if you apply this layer, you cannot apply this other layer. They tell you this gel is supposed to be the first one to apply. And then this one is the next one. Like, ladies, you harbor too much. Then you find a lady with a whole pack of facial creams and gels and lotions. And all these are applied on a different level. And then you purchase these things very expensively. But if somebody asks you for maybe 1,000 shillings for consultation, you start getting so mad because you think you've spent so much money for no good reason. And now you think everybody who comes after that is supposed to pay for your sins. My friend, you will enjoy your sins alone. That pack that you're carrying, that gel, those things that you're using to scrub your face with, they are a waste of time. Just remember, two things cause acne. One is estrogen. Number two is what you're eating. If you never fix your gut, even if you apply 1,000 creams, they'll still come back. This also goes to people who have fibroids and people who have cervical issues and cervical cancer and even the polyps and the PCOS. Doing a surgery is just fixing the symptoms. You get rid of those symptoms, but then 3 years down the line, you're back to the surgical table, and this continues. So, what are some of the side effects or some of the symptoms that we experience when we are going through hormonal imbalance? So, how will you know that you have issues with hormones? Now, listen, men have all these hormones: estrogen, testosterone, and progesterone. They have them. But their levels of testosterone are super high. So men, the male hormone is the testosterone. And I want you to know that all these sex hormones hail from one source. That source is what we call cholesterol. I'm saying that intentionally. All hormones, all the sex hormones hail from cholesterol. If you have been pronounced of cholesterol deficiency, if you're using atorvastatin or fenofibrates, these drugs that lower cholesterol, they lower cholesterol, you will suffer the consequences because you'll have deficiency in your sex hormones. Start from there. If you're diabetic or hypertensive or you had a risk of a stroke, and then your doctor said you have high cholesterol levels, and now we have to put you on a statin to lower these cholesterol levels so that you don't get heart attack, it's a lie. That is a business that will actually open up chances for other medications. Okay? Just the same way the hormonal contraceptives are one business, and you look at it shallowly, thinking that they are going to help you control birth. But you forget that their intention is to create side effects, and for each side effect, there is a medication. So therefore, the hormonal contraceptive business opens up later on to give the big pharma and the hospitals a lot of revenue through surgeries, through depression drugs, through techniques and procedures for weight loss. All those are linked to hormonal imbalance, and that is brought by the hormonal contraceptives. That is just one of it. So, what are some of the symptoms? So, how would a lady know that they have this hormonal imbalance? Number one is acne that is not going away, even though you try those creams, even though you follow all the dermatologists who actually have all these faces looking so well on filters, and they still market their dream, they still market their business successfully to you, because most of us, we are definitely emotional because of estrogens. So when you become emotional, the next thing that is following up is when somebody just says something that you relate to. That's why you don't like the truth. When somebody just tells you something that you can relate to, like when they tell you, oh, you need to take care of your skin, and this is how to take care of your skin, this is the product that will help you, this, that, this will clear the spots, this will clear the acne, this will clear anything that has to relate to you. And at that moment in time, you're looking at this person when they're talking, you're listening to them, and you have the skin tags, you have the black spots on your face, you have some wrinkles and some sagging skin on your face, you have this acne that has been stubborn, you've used all products and nothing is happening. You start becoming emotional, and you're like, let me just try this one. Let me just try. At the end of the day, it's just 5,000 shillings. You end up purchasing it online, and the product is delivered to you instantly. Now, you apply that product for the longest period of time, but your acne is not going anywhere. If any case, it's worsening. Why? Because that product is loaded with heavy metals, and those heavy metals are actually causing a reduced clearance of estrogen in the system. So they're actually impacting on your liver negatively, and your liver is supposed to clear your estrogen levels. So you start having a lot of problems. And then the weird part is most of you will never question those people. They will never question those people. This is the same thing that happens when you do a bariatric surgery. Look at your celebrities. They go out, they have that bariatric surgery. They do that gastric balloon, they do that liposuction, they do that, what is it called? The one that they cut the intestines and then join it up. It's called the gastric bypass. Once you do that, you spend a lot of money, and the shame that will come after you've spent all this money and there is no result will make you literally never talk about it again. But you'll want to still show us that, of course, that one worked because I did not spend $500,000 on a surgery that did not help me. So we'll come up later. And these are the people who are always on my inboxes, these celebrities of viewers, always in our inboxes trying to find weight loss solutions. And they will come and tell you, I want a quick fix. Now, if you've known me for the longest time, you already know I'm one gentleman who trusts the process. If you come to me with a quick fix, this also goes to these ladies who keep on asking me about abortion medication. If you come to me looking for a quick fix or looking for something that will actually solve your problems, which does not align to the law, my friend, you are wasting your time.